Here is everything I like to have on hand as a nutritional therapy practitioner and functional blood chemistry specialist for when I get sick. And just generally in the winter, I like to have a lot of these things on hand. And I'm pretty intense about not wanting to be sick and mitigating illness when I get it. So keep in mind, I have an extensive collection here that I've built. So I'm going to go over different categories here, and you can kind of figure out where you kind of go from basics to pretty extensive here and where you want to fall into this category. So just really basic nutrients, probably the number one product I always have on hand, and this is like my go-to as soon as I start to feel sickness coming on, is Rapid Immune Boost by Herb Pharm. This is my go-to. This is like the number one thing I always prioritize because this makes such a big difference. I like to couple that with black elderberry. Once again, Herb Pharm, black elderberry. I put this in water on empty about 4 times a day and drink it. Works like a charm. Super great. Couple other nutrients that I like to have on hand. I like zinc lozenges. These are ones by Douglas Laboratories. For zinc, I don't usually take this more than 3 or 5 days because you can develop long-term if you take zinc by itself, zinc and copper imbalances. So that I'm hyper aware of that. I've had that imbalance before and it's not fun to resolve. So zinc lozenges, these are just zinc. I will take usually 2 a day, 1 to 2 a day, and just for like 3 or 5 days, and then I'm off of these. And then the last thing is vitamin C. This is buffered vitamin C by Integrative Therapeutics. I'll kind of alternate between a buffered vitamin C and a liposomal vitamin C. I think they both are pretty good as far as vitamin C is concerned. And usually I'll do anywhere between like 1 to 3,000 milligrams for the duration that I am sick. So those are like the most basic things that I like to have on hand. Additionally, I'm big into adaptogenic mushrooms. I use real mushrooms. Yes, I have an affiliate link. If you go to the link in the bio, you can get a discount on these. So I like to have turkey tail and reishi. And these are things, I will take the turkey tail in particular at therapeutic dosages, so usually like 2 to 4 grams a day. And this is a powder, you can get capsules as well. But these are really good just for overall immune support. And just like, the reishi is really good for helping you relax because when you're sick, for me, sleep can be difficult. My heart rate tends to be pretty high, and so sleep can be really, really difficult, especially deep sleep. So I like to have the reishi on hand to take later in the day. Now, the next thing I like to have on hand is minerals. I go pretty hard on minerals here. So I always have LMNT. This is something I take on a pretty regular basis. I'm a big fan. This is just the plain one. I do not do a whole packet a day on a regular basis unless I do like a really intense workout, which is unusual. But I do like to have this on hand, and I probably will, when I'm sick, go through about 3/4 to 1 packet a day, which is my normal, like about a half packet a day on a day-to-day basis. I also have CT Minerals now. CT Minerals from Cellcore. They don't sell the liquid anymore, so this is pretty precious to me. But they do have capsules that work very, very similarly. But it's just like a good multi-mineral kind of blend to boost minerals. And then I also have, this is something I keep on hand and use occasionally when I feel more stress in general, especially when I'm sick. This is an adrenal cocktail from Jigsaw Health. This is just, it's all in one versus buying all the supplies. It's just one powder that you mix into something. And oftentimes I'll do a little cocktail with a few of these things, especially like in the morning and early afternoon, just to boost all of my minerals here. 2 other things here. So I also have a history of chronic Epstein-Barr virus, so I'm hyper aware of that and haven't had a flare in many, many years. And whenever I get sick, I do a lot of viral support. So from Cellcore, I do the ViRad Binder. This helps stop viral replication. I also use Lymph Active from Cellcore. This helps with lymphatic drainage. A lot of my sickness tends to be right around my lymph nodes, almost always, so I'd like to have that additional support. I also do a lot of lifestyle things. I do dry brushing and Epsom salt baths and heat all around here just to help with the drainage. And then I go pretty hardcore on L-lysine, which is a natural antiviral, super, super good. Once again, this is something that I'll almost always take as soon as I start feeling sick. I'll take 4 times a day on empty 1 to 2 capsules. And then last but not least, whenever I get like sinus stuff going on, I use sinus rinses with a neti pot. or a nasal rinse, and I'll mix in every other day another Cellcore product, pair 3. I'll just do a couple drops of this, and then 15 minutes later I'll do the saline rinse, and that just acts, it's a little bit stronger than just a saline rinse and helps really kind of clear things out, because my whole goal is not have to take any sort of over-the-counter support. Not saying I never do, but my whole goal is never to have to take that, because it doesn't sit well with me. I don't feel great on it. It can mitigate symptoms a little bit, but I never feel great during that. So these are my go-tos. A lot of the products can be found on Fullscript, which you can find there. I do have a link in my bio if you want to access Fullscript, which is just a wholesale supplement distributor. I do offer 15% off to anyone. You can also get these on other sites as well, so no pressure with that. The Cellcore stuff is not available. If you want access to those, please send me a direct message and I can give you my practitioner code, but I cannot just actively give that out to anyone across the board. So if you need anything else, please let me know, but those are my go-tos.